Today for Mindful Monday, I'm just going to talk a little bit about gratitude. Now, I had a class this morning and I've got one of my regular students. She's been coming to class for the better part of a year now, possibly slightly over. And, we always have a little natter. Sometimes there's class where it's just been the two of us. We've had a little natter. And something we talked about a few weeks back, or a couple of months actually, was I mentioned something about sumo. Just as we're talking about like philosophies and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, I love sumo," because she's actually been to Japan, like lived in Japan, and used to watch it over there. And it comes up every now and again. She loaned me a book called The Way of the Salt, and it's pretty cool. But it's one that's taken me a bit of time. But today she came into class, and I hadn't seen her last week, but she came in today and said, "I've got something for you," and she handed me this. And this is a program from the sumo that was just at the Royal Albert Hall. And again, never expected it, and never asked for anything. She said she bought one for herself. She'd got one for her grandson. She said, "I know someone else would like one of these," so she brought one for me. Totally unexpected. Such a lovely gesture, and that has definitely gratitude for that. And we need to show gratitude for small things like that. Like it's such a nice little gesture. She's got me a little program. That's something that I want to have a read through. It'll sit on a shelf. Something I'll enjoy. And you know what? That's what it's about. Being able to show gratitude and being thankful for someone doing a little gesture made me feel good. Like we had a little natter, I told her I appreciated it, and it was such a lovely thing to do. That someone's thought of you outside of the class. Like it's more than just you're a teacher, but you should have thought of you outside of it, and you've got to be grateful for that because you're touching people's lives, you're affecting people's lives in ways you can never even always appreciate. So yeah, this Mindful Monday, think about being grateful, showing a bit of gratitude. See you later.